Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, this is Steve from 1 Minute Tennis Coach. Today I'd like to talk to you about what I feel is the single biggest reason why players of all levels have great difficulty and problems with their serve. And quite simply, that's the ball toss. Whether you look at the lowest level of recreational player or the highest level players in the world, even Rafa Nadal, I've seen struggle with problems with his ball toss when suddenly it seems that for no reason it goes totally out of control. I think there are two fundamental problems that most players have. I'm going to discuss what those two problems are and then try and give you instant solutions for both problems. And obviously this will help enormously, because if the ball is in the right place over and over again, if we can be sure and confident that the ball is going to be there to be hit, then we can concentrate on the service action and all of the benefits that go with that. When we look at the ball toss, it's actually quite puzzling because it almost supersedes athletic ability. What I mean by that is that you can have a relatively inexperienced and a player who finds tennis difficult, and yet strangely their ball toss might be excellent. And you can also have a superb athlete with great experience, but still their ball toss seems to have a mind of its own. The two problems that people encounter are spin and rhythm. I'm going to deal with them in that order. So for spin, when we release the ball for the serve, then we want the ball to have as little rotation as possible. It either wants to have zero rotation or very, very small spin. But for many players, the ball is spinning rapidly when they release it from the hand. We have zero, a little, and spin. So we need to remove the spin from the ball. If we're going to understand spin, let's look at a game where spin is essential, where it's taught for players to spin the ball. And the best game, I think, for this is cricket. And in cricket, the players are taught that the middle two fingers here are the spinning fingers, and more specifically, the fingertips, the very end of the fingers. Quite simply, if I release a ball without the ball touching the middle two fingertips here, then it's almost impossible to spin it. If I release the ball with the fingertips touching the ball, then it's almost impossible not to spin it. So for the ball toss, we need to make sure we release the ball without it touching these two fingertips. Now the obvious way is to place the ball so it's not touching the fingertips and then release. But the problem is that for some people, they do that already, but then as they release the ball, they roll it through the spinning fingers. So we have to be really aware of whether the ball is touching those fingertips or not. And to do this, I have a very simple suggestion. We take a piece of tape, it could be a plaster or anything. In this case, I'll use some micropore tape, and I put the tape around the spinning fingers, like so, and like so. And now I'm very aware and can feel the fingertips which are going to try and spin the ball. I go into my service action and I release the ball, being very aware that the spinning fingertips are not going to touch the ball. When they touch it, I'm much more aware of it and I can correct the problem very quickly. So that's the first solution. To remove the rotation of the ball, the spin, which takes it out of control, and the kind of flicky action that we get from these fingers, try this, and then you can be aware of whether the wrong part of the hand is touching the ball, and you'll see that the ball begins to move with zero or almost zero rotation, and it comes under control. The second problem is rhythm. And rhythm is a very strange word because it's difficult to define, and yet we're all aware of what it is. The Oxford English Dictionary describes rhythm in terms of a sporting movement as a movement with a beginning, with a middle and an end that is repeatable. So how do we establish rhythm in the ball toss? What I've seen most trainers do and most players do is to isolate the arm and concentrate on getting the arm action exactly right. But the problem with that is that the serve is a movement that involves almost every muscle in the human body. There's over 220 muscles in the human body, but the serve involves over 200 of them. If you isolate one part, then it doesn't flow. All the rhythm of the serve disappears. And so the first thing to understand to achieve rhythm in the ball toss is that the ball toss is made with the body. The hand releases it, but the ball toss is made with the body, not just with the arm. And when you look at truly great servers like Serena Williams, Roger Federer, have you ever seen Serena or Roger throw the ball up and then it's a bad toss and stop and say sorry to the opponent? The ball toss is always perfect. Why? Because the great servers know that the ball toss is with the body, not just with the arm. How do we achieve this? I want you to imagine that you have a line from the left foot, presuming you're right-handed, from the left foot through the left hand, and what I do, imagine I've got maybe a piece of elastic from the foot to the hand, and as I go into the ball toss, I stretch the elastic to the hand. I stretch the two out, and again I stretch the elastic from the foot to the hand, and now I have 2 points on an imaginary line. I'm now going to put a third point on my imaginary line. I'm going to try it in my mind to make a line between the foot, the hand and the ball. So the foot, the hand and the ball. Again, the foot, the hand and the ball. And once again, the foot, the hand and the ball. And now I put the two parts together, the foot, the hand and the ball, and I'm very aware to not release the ball with the spinning fingers. So the foot, the hand, and now the ball. And the foot, the hand, and now the ball. If you really concentrate and imagine that line between the foot, the hand, and the ball, then the body will be releasing the ball. And all the synchronization that's required for a great serve will actually be present. It won't just be a good ball toss that then the serve somehow has to kind of accommodate. It's the right ball toss for your service action. By making the ball toss with the body instead of with the hand or the arm, then the serve will flow much smoother and much better. I hope this makes sense, and I hope that for your players or for your game, you can try this and it makes a difference. Please let us know in the comments section how it works for you and how you get along. If you have any other problems in your tennis game, remember we do one-to-one online consultations, we do video analysis and a detailed biomechanical breakdown of all of the players that we work with online. It's a unique service, the link is below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe the video, please. It makes a great deal of difference to us as we're trying to make a complicated game as simple as possible. Thanks for watching and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.